I don't wanna see your face. Tsuini, その時が来た。俺はMask is so hot.
Whew, that's better. It gets hot in that mask. Like I was saying before, the time has finally come. In June of 2025, Sony revealed Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls will be released in 2026. So now the time has finally come to master the leverless controller's techniques, such as muscle memory, hand positioning, and simultaneous inputs. And I think that I've found the best way to learn that is through playing shoot-'em-ups. Not only is the gameplay addictive, the interactions are repetitive, and there are special inputs and motion controls that need to be mastered in order to continue through. Here are a few shoot-'em-up games that are best to learn leverless controller techniques, and as well as adding them to your physical game library.
Hey yo, it's Nigel, gaming the best shoot-'em-ups to improve your leverless controller techniques. Marvel Tokon is just around the corner, and if you're like me, you want to be best at using your leverless controller as possible. And what I've got for you is the best shoot-'em-up games to play if you're looking to improve your muscle memory and controller techniques so that you can be the best leverless controller Tokon player there is. Although I can't promise that you'll be the best Marvel Tokon player, I can guarantee that you will be much more proficient at leverless controllers, as well as the fact that you will be in store for a lot of fun if you play even one of the games that I have to suggest for you. First in line is Raiden 4. Raiden 4 Mikado Remix is an affordable, intense, and engaging arcade shooter that is part of a beloved franchise available on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. There also is a compilation available that not only includes Raiden 4 Mikado Remix, but also Raiden 5 Director's Cut. Raiden 4 was originally developed by Moss and was released in Japanese arcades in 2007. Later it came to Xbox 360 in 2008, and the Mikado Remix was released in 2021, initially for the Nintendo Switch, and then later for Xbox and PlayStation consoles. It's a progressive fighter that's difficulty increases from stage to stage, perfect for practicing on your leverless controller. Raiden 4 may not be rated as one of the best shooter fighters in the genre. However, it is a great introductory game to use to improve your leverless techniques. You'll be engaging multiple enemies with varying and increasing difficulty. Avoiding their attacks will help you build muscle memory and master motion controls on your Leverless controller. In this iteration of the Raiden series, the alien invaders known as the Crystals have organized their hidden factions all over Earth to relaunch their invasion of the planet. Similar to previous Raiden games, Raiden 4 Mikado Remix is a vertical shooter that emphasizes horizontal movements. This will help you to master your left and right motion controls on your Leverless controller. Raiden games are perfect for improving upon your low-tier Leverless controller techniques, which includes your left-right, sometimes up and down motion controls, as well as improving upon your hand positioning, which includes lifting your wrists to reduce your missed inputs and quicken your input reaction speeds. While piloting your Raiden fighter, the Fighting Thunder ME02 Kai, you will be mastering the ability to hold down buttons while intermittently pressing other buttons to collect items, including weapon upgrades, medals, fairies, and bombs, which you will use to cancel enemy attacks and deal damage to enemies over a large area. As you progress through the 7 levels of this game, the repetitive nature of this and other fighters will help you to improve and better your muscle memories as you're repeating the same actions over and over as you play through the levels. This version of Raiden 4 features remixed background music produced by Game Center Mikado. Good music is integral to gamers. It helps create engagement and playfulness, which is important to building a rhythm as you begin memorizing specific button inputs during high-level gameplay. Overall, Raiden 4 Mikado is a nice introductory type shoot 'em up. A nice appetizer before the main course. This is a rewarding game to have in the collection. The multiplayer option makes it a fun one to pull out and show off your Leverless skills to that one friend you greatly want to impress. Drainus, available on Nintendo, Switch, and PC, was developed by Team Ladybug in 2022, co-published by Playism and WSS Playground. Later, in 2023, a Nintendo Switch cartridge was released. Super Rare Games produced a collector's edition, which I've got stashed away in the library. Team Ladybug has a rich history of game development, including one of my favorites, Record of Lodoss War, Deedlit, and Wonder Labyrinth. However, Drainus has an impressive ensemble of well-regarded artists and producers, including, but not limited to, Zhu Knows, who crafted a unique character art design for Drainus, and Pepposoft, who also composed music for other Team Ladybug developed games. I can confirm that the Japanese cartridge does have English on it if you want to add it to your physical Switch 1 library. Drainus is a side-scrolling shoot 'em up. The horizontal nature of the game will emphasize the need to master the up-down motion controls on the leverless controllers in order to navigate through the game. Pressing a button to jump up and duck down takes some time to get used to. Horizontal scrolling shooters are a great resource to acclimate and build muscle memory around the idea. You'll be piloting the stolen starfighter Drainus as Irina, who's out to save her father and overthrow the Kalar Empire to prevent a galactic war. Drainus is criticized for having a low difficulty rating due to its in-game reflector mechanic. Truth be told, the reflector mechanic allows the player to absorb enemy attacks for a brief period of time. This is a great practice for any parry or counter mechanic in fighting games. Another skill worth optimizing while playing shoot 'em ups is SOCD, or simultaneous opposite cardinal directions, which is a unique function leverless controllers have that allow you to press both left and right, or up and down, buttons at the same time. By their nature, side-scrollers' horizontal orientation emphasizes the need to master vertical motion controls. The muscle's memory of holding up and down at the same time to maneuver will build over time. The Drainus soundtrack is a fusion of electric sci-fi and rock music that appropriately fits the dystopian Blade Runner meets Mad Max Empire of Karlov. The diegetic sound design helps to immerse the player, focusing on gathering the rhythm on the game as well. The unique character art style, sprite animation, and level design will visually engage the player while the story unfolds around Irina and her humanoid soldier companion Gini as they combat General Itsumo aboard the Drainus starfighter. Mushihimesama is available to play on Xbox Series, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch consoles. Originally developed by Cave and published by AMI in 2004, it later came to PlayStation in 2005. In 2011, the game was redistributed to arcades, significantly upgraded to version 1.5. A physical copy was released on Xbox 360 that included version 1.5 as downloadable content. In 2015, Dejica published a Windows version of the game. Then, in 2021, Mushihimesama was ported to the Nintendo Switch before it was ultimately delisted from the platform in 2024. Limited Run Games published a physical cartridge for the game in the United States. You can always count on Limited Run Games to have a unique dynamic physical cartridge. A collector's edition of Mushihimesama was also published by Limited Run Games, but inside the regular edition comes a reversible art cover, a character guidebook that includes a notes section in the back of it. Well, now I'm curious, is there a code for unlimited ammunition in this game? I mean, that is what the notes section of these is typically for. Unlimited lives, secret battleship. These notes are what Playground Legends were built upon. That's something that I'll have to do some more research on. But hey, if you happen to know, does Mushihimesama have secret codes that can be entered in for secret weapons or defense or lives? Leave a comment, let me know. Hey, while you're down there, press the hype and or like button. So the algorithm knows you'll be pressing your way into a leverless future. Mushihimesama is a highly acclaimed and well-received shoot-'em-up. With 5 beautifully composed stages, character and sprite animation, the gamer will remain enthralled through a forever revolving gameplay loop. Mushihimesama requires maneuvering through bullet hells with high precision and skill. This horizontal shooter will test your leverless motion control abilities to their max. You'll be fighting alongside Riko, the royal family's daughter, as she pilots her Kaoru beetle Kinaro through the Senju forest. On her way to meet God, Riko will need to defeat the miasma and evade the anthropoid Kaoru to save the humans of her village. Doesn't sound too difficult. Totally manageable. You know, she's only 15. I'm sure she'll do perfectly fine. No need to worry at all. Mushihimesama has a unique classic arcade button mechanics, perfect for a leverless player looking to enjoy the guilt-free pleasure of an insect-themed manic shooter. A is the shot button. Pressing or holding determines the speed of your movement. B, the bomb button, the trajectory of which you change by moving. C, for full auto shot, hold to move at full speed while firing. D, for a rapid auto fire. Finally, E, a rapid auto fire option for full auto. Mastering these button techniques translates well to fighting games, which also evolve from an arcade-like button scheme. Mushihimesama also comes with 3 difficulty levels: Original, Maniac, and Ultra. The ball density increases as the difficulty rises. Hey yo. I think that means there are more balls on the screen as the difficulty increases. The Mushihimesama soundtrack is an ensnaring sci-fi fantasy trance music collection on one album. The type of music that will arouse inspiration as your teenage heroine emotes grunts and groans in celebration, pain, and enjoyment as a horde of tentacled insectoids attempt to defile her. You know, the things that motivate all of us. If you only decide on one shooter to own, Mushihimesama is the most ideal for the individual looking to practice and hone their leverless skills. The ability to change the challenge levels of the game, the arcade-like button mechanics, alongside the enchanting soundtrack of the game, makes owning this hidden gem in your physical library more than worthwhile. Sine EX. Available on Microsoft Windows, Xbox Series, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. Developed by Digital Reality and Grasshopper Manufacture in 2012 for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Vita. In 2013, it was released for Windows and iTunes. Then, in 2013, THQ Nordic unveiled Sine Mora EX for Microsoft Windows and Xbox One, as well as on the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch. Sine Mora EX is a more cinematic side-scrolling shoot-'em-up. The elaborate backgrounds help to create seamless transitions from one level to another. The fact that the game can be beaten in roughly 2.5 hours, a typical movie length, makes Sine Mora EX easy to digest over a weekend. The ability to adjust the difficulty level on such a cinematic game makes playing Sine Mora EX more akin to playing and interacting with a movie. This luxury makes playing with a leverless controller feel more playful, allowing for more freedom to explore new techniques as the stakes do not feel as high. Sine Mora was initially criticized for having a confusing story. To be fair, most time-traveling stories are doomed to be confusing. However, Sine Mora doubles down by having an Ocean's 11 type ending, which sets up an alternate ending. Like I mentioned before, Sine Mora EX takes somewhere around 3 hours to beat. That's plenty of time to unravel the story, if you care. Otherwise, enjoy the fantastic character design and animation. The digestible nature of Sine Mora EX allows for the opportunity to strengthen your leverless skills. As you collect power-ups from destroyed enemies, you upgrade your primary weapon while also collecting various sub-weapons. This requires holding one button while pressing and holding another. Building this habit will train the ability to combine special inputs. This title in particular also gives players the chance to experiment with finger placement. Getting used to pressing a button to move up can take some time to get used to. Some people use their thumb, But then the question becomes which thumb to use. Then some button boxes, like the 8-bit Do Leverless controller, allow for more buttons than normal and the ability to map different actions to different buttons. I would recommend using Sine Mora as an excuse to play around with the strength of using a leverless controller. The Sine Mora EX soundtrack sounds like it was acquired on a side quest curated by a cyborg cat in a neon-lit alleyway in Tokyo. Akira Yamaoka, known for composing music on Silent Hill, created a score of electronic music that enhances and matches the electronic diesel punk setting of the game. Combined with the sound design, Sine Mora's OST creates a diegetic experience easy to get lost in. Sine Mora is the result of a series of fortunate events. It just takes a developer with a new twist on old shoot-'em-up concepts. The time manipulation mechanic plus the final boss battle logistics makes it a great addition to the video gaming library. Radiant Silvergun is available on Xbox Series, Windows, and the Nintendo Switch. It was originally released in arcades in 1998. Later that same year, it was ported to the Sega Saturn. It was developed and published by Treasure. In 2011, it was ported to the Xbox 360. Then, in 2022, it was ported to the Nintendo Switch and then Windows in 2023. I managed to snag the Limited Run Games physical cartridge to add to my collection. Radiant Silvergun is regarded as one of the best shoot-'em-ups in gaming history, and without a doubt the best shooter on the Sega Saturn console. It's neck and neck with its spiritual sequel, Ikaruga, which could have easily made this list of this video, but this video is already so long. Plus, Ikuruga is extremely challenging. However, Radiant Silvergun is a great introduction to the series that still holds up to this day. Before developing Radiant Silvergun, Treasure developed platform and action arcade games. In an era where fighting games were dominating space and mines and arcades, Treasures was confident in Silvergun, and their gamble paid off. Radiant Silvergun is set in a dystopian future where AI discovers time travel and realizes that humanity must die in order for life to continue. The 4 remaining humans of Earth pilot Silvergun fighter jets against evil hordes in an attempt to stop the evil AI known as Creator. Silvergun emphasizes dual button inputs to manifest special attacks. The attacks revolve around 3 main buttons. First one, cannon. Second one, laser. The third one, missiles. The combination of these 3 primary buttons will reveal other weapons as well. And then a 4th button for your ultimate weapon, the Radiant Sword, which can be used simultaneously as a defensive and offensive attack. For Leverless players, this offers the opportunity to build memory of how to input certain button combinations. Don't forget the freedom you'll have to play around with button layouts and get more familiar with your all-button controller.
Pussies.
ESP Rade PSI or Esperade Psi or Esperade Psi is available on PS4 and Nintendo Switch. Cave developed and Atlas produced Esperade for arcades in 1998. In 2018, the updated version, Esperade Psi, was released on PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. Esperade was a popular shoot-'em-up when it was initially released. The Psi version actually improved and added to the game in a way that makes it even better than it was before. The addition of a super easy mode plus Iore's room makes it easier to jump into Esperade and slowly develop the necessary skills to completely master the game. Similar to fighting games, Esperade allow the player to choose between various characters. The Psi version added a new character, bringing the total to 4. Each character is unique with varying speeds, weapon spread plus damage, and each character with their own power shot. Well, 3 power shots with 2 characters having similar behaving power shots. 3 young characters have 3 distinct stories that occur within the same 24-hour span of time, between December 24th and December 25th. Instead of a spaceship, like other shoot-'em-up scrollers, Esperade pilots 3 unique teams battling the Yakuza, who are intent with replacing every occupant on Tokyo 2 with Esper clones. Esperade is another shoot-'em-up great for all levels of gamers. The Psi edition of an easy mode makes the game even more approachable for those looking to improve their Leverless skills. There are 3 main characters and 1 unlockable character. Each has their own unique gameplay weapons and mobility. Include the fact that Esperade was initially intended for arcades adds to the appeal of honing leverless control techniques while playing it. The soundtrack was plucked straight out of Blade Runner / Akira Tokyo Back Alley Rave that completely understands the assignment. This album knows its intent, and that is to keep the listener pumped, energized, and ready to go throughout the night and into the next day. It builds up and gets the listener entranced in the loop as certain elements repeat from one track to the next. Cave has developed many popular shoot-'em-up games. However, ESP Ra is a hidden gem that is more than worthy to be in a physical game library and exists outside of their Dodonpachi series, which I do delve into later in this video, so stay tuned for that. Devil Engine is available on PC, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. Protoculture Game LLC developed Devil Engine for Windows in 2018. The universal version of the game was released in 2019 on the Nintendo Switch. Limited Run Games produced a complete physical North American version of the cartridge for the Switch. You'll want to keep the Japanese version sealed in your collection though, as it contains the complete game, downloadable content on the cartridge, plus another shoot-'em-up game called 1993 Shandoa. Devil Engine was critically acknowledged for its difficult gameplay and addictive loop mechanic. Devil Engine plays like a role-playing shooter as it provides a point collection system that provides currency for buying upgrades for your ship. You can also acquire in-game upgrades, new levels, new ships, plus additional music. You'll be collecting weapons and storing ammunition for 3 different weapon types. Each weapon has a unique utility. The spread shot deals damage to multiple enemies. The laser is a powerful long-range weapon. The homing shot attacks the closest enemy, allowing for more focus on maneuvering. Pilot the refurbished planet-saving AI starship, the Andraste, through hordes on your way to destroy the Devil Engine, the successor to the Andraste, an AI starship that's decided that humans must perish in order for the world to survive. Wow, all these future AI just really hate humans. They all decide that we're pretty much just in the way. So I guess if you want to save future humanity, pick up a shoot-'em-up and destroy some AI before it figures out any time travel. The 3-weapon system presents an enjoyable challenge for leverless controller connoisseurs looking to level up their abilities. Getting the rhythm and the flow of the game, while getting a handle on the collecting system for the in-game weapons, brings another level of control to the gaming experience. Similar to the set play fighting style in fighting games, Devil Engine will encourage you to keep track of your strength levels and resources in order to knock down your opponents and keep them on the defense until they're finally defeated. Building muscle memory is heavily reliant on building a rhythm to assist interacting with the game. Building rhythm is dependent upon a good soundtrack, which Devil Engine is heavily equipped with. The metal rock music of Devil Engine sounds as though it's derived straight out of the universe it occupies. The 80s action hero metal rock is appropriately paced and nostalgic. It'll capture your attention and motivate you to keep playing in order to acquire more hidden musical tracks. The Devil Engine soundtrack has me reconsidering my no video game OSTs in the collection policy. I can see the appeal of absorbing the complexity of composing music for the genre of video games after hearing the Devil Engine soundtrack composed by John Bailey. Dodonpachi Resurrection, available on Xbox 360, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. Dodonpachi Resurrection was also developed by Cave and produced by Atlus in 1997, originally for arcades. The following year, it was ported to PlayStation. Various versions of the game have bounced around different platforms, including mobile and somehow even the Xbox 360. In 2021, Limited Run produced a physical cartridge for the Nintendo Switch. The complete version of the game is on the cartridge, including all of the downloadable content. It was delisted from the Nintendo eShop at the end of 2024, leaving the Limited Run cartridge the only way to play on the Switch. In typical Limited Run fashion, the physical cartridge includes a character guidebook, which I appreciate. It's a bit skim in comparison to other Limited Run physical game published cartridges. However, you have to appreciate the fact that the whole entire game, including the downloadable content, is on the physical cartridge. Critics claim Dodonpachi Resurrection is one of the must-play before you die games. Due to licensing issues revolving around most Cave games, Dodonpachi Resurrection is difficult to distribute, but highly desired to be acquired. There are 3 different ships to choose from, each of them unique in their speed, handling, weapon spread, and damage effectiveness. Each ship can be upgraded individually. The game emphasizes 2 distinct game styles: Strong for more offensive gameplay, and Bomb for a more defensive approach. Dodonpachi Resurrection plays very much like a fighting game, where a special meter called a hyper gauge is filled up whenever an attack combination is completed. Once the gauge is full, a special attack called a hyper can be unloaded on the enemy. Speaking of, it would seem the intelligent robots done did the thing they're not supposed to. Again. The element doll Exie has figured out time travel. Yep, you guessed it. Her intent is to travel to the past to kill the humans responsible for the terrible and inappropriately named Blissful Death Wars, which transpired in the Dodonpachi prequel. Dodonpachi has quite a twist of an ending that may be the reason the game gets more notoriety than any of the other chapters in the game series so far. It also features 2 alternate endings that have their own distinct flavor on the twist of the story. Similar to most fighting games, Dodonpachi is a derivative of the arcade era of gaming that it originated from. Leverless controllers will provide button mapping options, rhythm and mobility practice, plus the hyper gauge offers a unique opportunity to practice building a hypermeter and timing when it's most appropriate to unload your special attack. The arcade nature of the game, choosing a fighter, unique and fluid gameplay options, being rewarded for attack combinations with a hyper gauge attack, makes Dodonpachi Resurrection a delisted gem just begging to be in the physical game library for Leverless players.
Well, there you have it. Shoot 'em up games to help your Leverless techniques. If you found this video useful, hit the hype button. It lets the algorithm know that you found this content useful and that other people trying to improve their levelers techniques might find it useful as well. Until the next time.
Hey yo, you know the like button is free? If you made it this far into the video, we appreciate you spending your time with us. Subscribe and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
たとえ人々に嫌われていても私は世界を
I'm gonna come.
Do not come.